G'day, this is Macca.
Good morning, Macca. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, mate.
It's Peter Racy here, and I'm up in a little place called Vanuatu, and I'm just leaving to go down to the unveiling of the National Coastwatchers Memorial at Newstead Terrace Park in Brisbane, which is the first, believe it or not, after 80 years, Australian mainland memorial to those great World War II veterans, the Australian Coastwatchers who, according to Admiral Horsley, they saved Guadalcanal, and in Horsley words, thank God they did, because Guadalcanal saved World War II.
How did they save Guadalcanal at Newstead?
The Coastwatchers were the people that were
watching the coast,
the islands,
yep.
And they watched the Japanese planes flying over, in particular for Guadalcanal, and gave enough warning so that the Americans could have their planes up in the air and swoop down and knock out the bombers, so that while they did some damage to Guadalcanal, they didn't, eviscerate it, so to speak.
And so there's going to be an unveiling today. Today, is it?
Yep, at 10 o'clock, the Lord Mayor of Brisbane, who's been really supportive of the program in Brisbane of identifying the missing places, parks, and other memorial spots for the World War II history in Brisbane.
Tell Australia who the Mayor of Brisbane is, because everybody around us. What's his or her name?
Schrinner,
Sorry?
The fellow that jumped up and down, waving his arms around when Brisbane won the Olympics.
All right. What's the name again?
Adrian Schrinner.
Adrian Schrinner, right. So he's going to be there and unveil this. And
yep,
at what did you say, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, exactly.
In Newstead. And what's your interest in this particularly, Pete?
A very good friend of mine by the name of Sir Frank Moore, who's now passed away, he was a young lad of 9, and he watched a convoy come into Brisbane called the Pensacola Convoy. And the history behind that is really extraordinarily interesting, because at Newstead House, the family that developed it was a family by the name of Harris, and they owned the Morgan gold mine, so they were pretty well to do. And the daughter married a Casey, who ended up being Richard, and they then had a child who ended up being Richard Casey, and they'd relocated down to Melbourne. Richard Casey went into federal parliament. He ran against Menzies, lost, and Menzies placed him out of the way over in America as Australia's first ambassador. And Richard Casey lobbied the Americans that Brisbane was the best place to base your response to any Japanese attack. And
the
convoy was sitting in Pearl Harbor on the 6th left, and so it escaped the bombing. So it's closer
to New Guinea, closer to the islands in Queensland, isn't it, than anywhere else in Australia? So that makes sense.
The ace up the sleeve of Brisbane was that it had the South Brisbane dry dock, and submarines and merchant ships of the day could get repaired there. And the river city was deemed to be safe enough away from the threat of submarines. So that was the reason why Casey lobbied, and successfully lobbied, for it. And the American generals and all the rest of it, they agreed, and that's how
it goes. All right, 10 o'clock this morning at Newstead. Is that right, Newstead House?
Yep, the very first one in Australia.
All right.
And it's 36 brave Australians passed away.
Good on you, Pete. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.